Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television and Board Game. Today we are doing a joint video between the two sites, as what I'm about to talk about is pertinent to both of them. So doing a review of Warhammer 40,000 Marneus Calgar number 2, the second issue in Marvel's brand new series based off of Games Workshop's popular miniature game. So the first issue I thought was pretty solid. I enjoyed it a decent amount. I think it did a great job of bringing the world of Warhammer 40,000 to the masses. It's definitely a property that you're going to probably be hearing a lot of over the next few years as it becomes a bigger and bigger thing. So this is written by Kieron Gillen. Jacen Burrows is the artist. Tartaglia is the colorist. Clayton Cowles is the letterer and does production. So for those who don't know, Games Workshop's Warhammer 40,000 is a tabletop miniature game where you go build armies and battle that out against other people. There's a whole bunch of different kind of versions of it and games set in that world. And it's been around for many, many decades at this point. I myself have been playing it for probably about 25 years. So it is a very in-depth history and world with tons of characters, tons of stuff to work off of. So it's been interesting to see where this series is going. Could it add anything? And holy crap, does this second issue add a lot. So the series follows a character named Marneus Calgar. What a shock, based off the title. And Marneus is what's known as the chapter master of the Ultramarines. He is the leader, kind of like the big head honcho of this particular chapter of Space Marines. And, for what we know leading up to this, for those who have been fans of Warhammer 40,000, like, this dude is kind of like the Captain America of the Warhammer 40,000 universe. Doesn't really break the rules a whole lot, really great at strategy, just kind of like that embodiment of leadership and purity, I guess, would be the other word, since chaos is really about the impure and falling to the chaotic gods and doing all kinds of horrible hedonistic stuff. So, him as the character is a very relatable place to start. So the question would be what could Gillen and the team build off of that makes it interesting? And what they did is decide to dive into his training to become an Ultramarine. So before you become a Space Marine, you have to go through trials. Most of the people die during the trials, and Marneus Calgar, that we are introduced in this comic, is a child of privilege who hires someone to train them to get to that point where they can pass the trials. Well, what we learn in this issue is there is so much more to that story, and it's one where I've been debating for a bit now, like, do I spoil this? Do I not spoil this? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to spoil this, and we're going to do this. So I'm going to go spoiler, and then kind of go like that for you to come back. So for those who do not want to know, you can skip until I kind of do this part here. All right. Ready? Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. You've been warned. Alright, so what we learn in this issue is that Marneus Calgar that we know in the Warhammer 40,000 universe is not Marneus Calgar. That the original was actually murdered before he was even able to train by his trainer, who was worshipping the chaos gods of Khorne. The Marneus Calgar that we know is actually kind of like his servant, who decided to kind of take his name in his honor and honor him by joining the Ultramarines. Or yes, we're going to find out a whole lot more. So this has been a huge thing, is this, starting off this series, is you think that this is a character of privilege who, is kind of that Captain America that really embodies things, that is all about leadership. And no, the Marneus Calgar that we know, who has done all these amazing things, that has stood up to, Tyranid invasions, chaos incursions, that really has been the embodiment of everything, is just kind of like a lowly servant who has decided to step up and embody and try to carry on the honor of his lord. It's huge. It is huge. It really shakes things up, both story-wise, in the 40K universe. And yeah, I did not expect it at all. It took a character who I thought is completely boring and very dry vanilla, and makes him really interesting. In one comic, I think Kieron Gillen has done some amazing stuff to shake things up and has added so much more to the Warhammer 40,000 universe. And now I kind of want to go back and check out some of Marneus Calgar's like earlier exploits to see if there's any hints of that at all. And it makes you kind of like rethink of some of the stuff he's done and through that lens. So really interesting stuff. Really shakes things up and has me more excited to see what is coming. I mean, if Marvel is being allowed to do this to the Games Workshop property, and this is where something like this gets revealed, like I can't imagine what else is to come in this series and everything else. So kudos to everyone. Was not expecting that at all, and honestly blew me away. So for those who want to skip, you're good. It's safe. We're safe now. We're in the safe zone. No more spoilers. We're just going to talk about the art from here on in. So the art I actually think is somewhat improved in the comic. I'm still not completely sold on the Chaos Space Marines, their style. I wish there was a little bit more like menace about them. But I think again, like the Calgar and his area is done really well. Like his characters, I think, are really solid. We get some cool history for the 40K universe for those who might not know. And overall, like I think the art to me is like a little improved. It's either that or it's growing on me. It's one of the two. I'm not sure which. So yeah, like this is a hell of an issue. Clearly something that's shaking up the Warhammer 40,000 universe. As I said in the spoiler part, and this isn't a spoiler, is if Games Workshop is willing to let Marvel get away with this, I can't wait to see what comes out. This was just an unexpected issue with unexpected twists, and really rewrites so much of the Warhammer 40,000 mythos and makes you really rethink a character in a good way. So props to them. I really like the first issue. I'm loving this second issue, and I can't wait for the third and what else is to come. So props to them. If you are a fan of Warhammer 40,000, check it out. I don't think the reveal is going to be quite as a big deal for those who have not been fans of the universe before. But this is kind of like Star Wars, I am your father level of like holy crap. So check this out. Really, really cool stuff. Out now in comic shops. Go get it. We got a link beneath this video where you can put in your zip code, tell if a shop's near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some affiliate links. There are affiliate links, so we get a small percentage of that. By doing that, you help support our site, though, so thank you. And speaking of support, I want to thank, thank you for watching, really. This was so good. I got a free copy for review, and then went out and bought a physical copy because I want the series, and I'll probably buy the trade when the trade comes out as well. If you want the latest Warhammer 40,000 news, you can check out Board Game Today and more game news there. You can find that site on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Board Game Today. If you want the latest comic news, check out graphicpolicy.com. You can also check us out on all those sites and more, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics, keep playing those games, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching Board Game Today. We always appreciate your views and your support, but there are so many ways for you to support our site. Not only can you do right here on video, but you can go and check us out at BoardGameToday.com, where we have more news, reviews, interviews, everything you could ever want. But since you're here, if you could, you can always give us a like, subscribe, or share our videos or watch something else. Is always much appreciated, and get your game on.